Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and have I got a video for you. So while I was on vacation, I used the anonymous Instagram questionnaire thing, and I did it a lot like when I was like traveling, so I would have something to keep me occupied. But I did one where it was reacting to doll opinions that will most likely get you quote unquote canceled. If you don't know what canceled means, it's basically just like you say something and like everybody, for some stupid reason, everybody feels the need to attack people who have like different opinions. So it's kind of ridiculous, but basically it's like super unpopular opinions that people don't say because they don't want to get quote unquote canceled. So this was just all in good fun. I did not include all of the ones because I got an overwhelming response. I did answer a lot of them over on, there goes my voice. I did answer a lot of them over on Instagram, but I included all the ones that I didn't answer in this video and then a couple others. So I picked like a wide variety of ones. There's some that are like super controversial and others that are just like, yeah, okay, like I feel like there's a silent majority when it comes to this opinion, but there were some extremely controversial ones that I didn't even answer on my Instagram story. So that was kind of interesting. But anyway, because this is such a sensitive topic, I am stressing this. If you disagree with any of these opinions, and trust me, there's ones I disagree with, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you're a terrible person. I hate you. Please, like, don't ever talk to me again. I'm just going to be like, okay, that's cool. Like, you do you. I respect your opinion. So please respect each other and myself and the posters of this, even though it's all anonymous, in the comments down below. So in no particular order, let's see what doll opinions might get my followers canceled. Doll opinion that would get me canceled: I think Bratz and Mailbox dolls are ugly. So as a lifelong Bratz collector, I totally disagree with this, but I can definitely see where they're coming from because I was not, like, my parents did not really like Bratz at all. And I was a little bit older before I was allowed to get them, but I can definitely see where people are like, no, Bratz are super, like, I don't want to say ugly, but they're just like not for certain people. And as for the Mailbox girls, I do feel bad because I have friends that actually do own these dolls. I just don't find them appealing, much like I don't find Our Generation appealing. I think the only like 18-inch doll that I obviously do find appealing are American Girls. Girl of the Years are better than historical. Well, you guys already know what I'm going to say. As a historical collector for basically almost as long as I've been alive, and as someone who has the entire historical collection, I have to disagree with this, but it's not because I hate Girl of the Years, because I literally don't. I love both lines and Truly Me, of course, but like just for nostalgia, sentimental purposes, and the fact that I love history, it's historical all day, every day. I think a lot of American Girl customs look ugly and they don't retain value. So last time I did this, the huge custom, like one of the biggest debates was American Girl customs. I got a lot of comments on those. So as someone who was originally turned off by customs, I understand this. Then I kind of branched out into buying and making my own customs. Now I have specific customs that I look for to buy. They're the kind of, my mom says they're very bougie looking dolls. Like if you think about Yasmin in my collection, she is very, very fancy looking. I really just prefer like Small Friends and Seb repaints dolls now, even though I don't have very many well, no, I have more Seb repaints dolls than I have of Small Friends, but I just prefer customs that look like that with like the more realistic wigs than the thicker wigs, and I don't like the super outrageous makeup on certain dolls. And to me, as far as value goes, a lot of customs are one of a kind. So when I think about Opal, who was actually made by Emma, I don't know if Emma makes customs anymore, but anyway, I think there's only one Opal, like one medium skin Jess mold with those particular blue eyes and that Isabel wig. Now, yes, you could probably recreate that doll, but there's no way you're going to create her eyeshadow the exact same as the way Emma did it. So for me, customs are even more valuable because they are one of a kind. Rainbow High dolls are better than American Girl dolls. Okay, so as someone who collects both, and these are my two biggest and most popular collections, I always get asked, which one do you prefer? And I think they're kind of like on an equal playing field. For me, personally, they're very different, so it's very hard to compare the two. So I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. For me, I'm always going to pick American Girl just because of the sentimental childhood attachment that I have to them. I don't think Rainbow High dolls are pretty / cute. Okay, So I'm pretty sure that most of my family would agree with this person because they just do not understand why I collect Rainbow High. They don't like how big their eyes are. They just think they look absolutely ridiculous. So I completely understand that there's definitely a community out there that does not like these dolls. Initially, I was put off by them at first, but then I really did look into them thanks to Ex Canadensis. So I definitely understand why people don't like these. But again, it's just like, you don't like something and then you look into it and then sometimes you're just like, holy crap, I really love this. So I do know that there is a community out there that does not find Rainbow High dolls cute. Think that the Rainbow Shadow High TV show sucks. The plot is all over the place. Okay, initially this show actually had some potential. So I don't watch like things that are geared towards children. I know some like adults do, and that's totally okay, but it's just not for me. But for me to get a better understanding of the dolls and who they are as characters, same with Monster and Ever After, I went ahead and I watched the shows because I got into those lines when I was an adult. Now, I've seen like the Bratz TV show and the Bratz movies and stuff, and obviously American Girl as well, because I grew up with those. But this show in particular had a really, very strong first season. And then I think when it got into the fact that they were releasing too many dolls and they needed to put these characters in the show, we still haven't seen certain characters in the show. Like certain characters have been just completely like forgotten in the show or never appeared. And it's just kind of like all over the place. And we did not need to spend an entire season on this Rainbow Vision competition. I think that was really, really stupid. I think MGA is flying too close to the sun to think they can get away with their idea to only include one outfit for Rainbow High. I am among the people who agree with this. Part of the reason I loved original Rainbow High and Shadow High is because they come with two outfits. So even if you only have the one doll, you still have the ability to mix and match. If you buy two dolls, you have four outfits for $2. You have so many pieces and everything. So, and I think they were very, very reasonably priced. Where it got a little insane is Costume Ball. They charged $40, and they also charged, it was like 37 something. And they also charged $40 for the Royal 3, who came with a second outfit when Costume Ball didn't. So it's just, Rainbow High's pricing is very, very confusing to me. Pacific Coast was $32, and they didn't come with a second outfit. They randomly came with those legs that I hate. So I don't really know why they're doing it. It is a good thing that they have reduced the price just a tad, but I think it should have been reduced even more than just a couple bucks, because I think, what did they go? They were originally like $26, and then they went up to like $29, and now the ones without the second outfit are like $24. I think they probably should have reduced it to like $20 for no second outfit, but I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I hope this is just kind of like a phase. I really hope this isn't like the way things are going. I don't get why people hate the Bratz repros so much. It's not my fault. I can't afford to pay $90 for a doll nude. Okay, literally true. So I know a lot of people that are just not a fan of the Bratz reproductions, and that's fine. I personally love them because it allows me to get dolls that I either had as a kid, just like Ulala Kumi, who they brought back. I literally had her as a child, and you guys know she disappeared with all my Bratz dolls from my childhood. I was able to get her again, and it was just like when I was a kid. She was exactly what I remembered. And then I'm able to get dolls that I didn't have that I really wanted, such as Kiana or the original 4, or now Pretty in Punk. So it's really, really exciting for me, and I think they're doing a very good job. At least for me, the only one I had as a kid that I can compare the repro to is Kumi, and I think like she is exactly as I remembered her. The Rock Angels, we had a little bit of a setback with those, but I do own original Rock Angels dolls, so I didn't need to get the repros. But I think that now they have fixed themselves, and it's basically just like you're buying the same exact doll. Kumi, she got like another pair of shoes. There's some little tweaks here and there. I think it worked in her favor. I absolutely love this idea, but seriously, I am not paying like a ridiculous amount of money for a nude Bratz doll, and then you got to pay to find all the extra pieces and stuff. It's stupid, and the Bratz market is really messed up and is full of evil scalpers. This won't necessarily get me canceled, but I like the lashes. I also like Luciana and Tenny. I say that because those two dolls have a lot of haters. Okay, so we have 3 things to address here. Lashes on the newer versions of the American Girls. I don't mind them. I think it makes them look a little bit more like realistic. And again, as someone who likes customs, I don't mind them at all. And with my visual impairment, it's hard for me to tell if like there's a slight misprint with the lashes. So that doesn't bother me at all, unless, like some person is like, oh my God, why does your doll look like that? And then they point it out to me, and then it just like really bothers me. So yeah, I don't mind the lashes either at all. I actually prefer them. So next, we're going to talk about Luciana and Tenny. We'll do Tenny first because you guys know I did own Tenny Grant. I recently sold her. Yes, I do have dolls and stuff for sale on my Mercari. It's always linked in the description. So go check that out. I did sell my Tenny, not because I don't like her, just because I feel like she just kind of sat there. I never did anything with her. I thought she was really pretty and cute. So I do really like her. I like her collection. I love everything about her. But I felt like I had too many dolls and I really had to pick the ones that I just kind of let sit there. And unfortunately, Tenny was one of them, so I had to let her go. But I did sell her and hopefully she will be on her way to a good home. I'm sure she is going to be. As far as Luciana goes, this is a doll that I don't own. I probably will never purchase her. It's not that she's ugly or anything. I'm not that big of a fan of her collection. I think it's because she is very science and math oriented and I am very English and history oriented. So I clash with this doll, okay? Like I don't really find anything about her super cool. And I know that's, strange for a lot of you because she's a lot of people's favorites because she's super unique to the Girl of the Year line and all that stuff. But this is coming from someone whose favorite Girl of the Year is Isabel. So, yeah, I don't think she's a bad doll. She's just not for me. All right, so apparently her name is not pronounced Kavi, it is pronounced Kavi. So hopefully I can say that correctly. I still haven't decided what I'm naming mine, but her name will be changed. There's probably polls over on Instagram. But anyway, Kavi's collection is lame coming from a musical theater girl. So I did theater when I was a kid. I was in several different productions. So I'm familiar. I'm not familiar with the current ways of theater, but definitely the early 2000s ways of theater. Not that it's probably changed much, but anyway, I have a whole video on me reacting to this collection. I thought it was fairly cute. The only thing I hate about it is her meat outfit, and I actually have that on my Mercari for sale as well. So, that's so bad of me, but I took it off of her and I put it up for sale. So yeah, guys, go check that out. Anyway, I definitely okay, I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly. So I can see where people don't like this collection. She has a lot of colors. She doesn't really have any consistent colors. And you know how Girl of the Years usually have their colors. Isabel had pink and Kira's was the fuchsia and okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to all the pink ones because you guys know that's me, okay? But Luciana had all of her galaxy print and space themed stuff and things like that. Kavi has a lot of different colors in her collection, so it doesn't look as cohesive. If you hear my cats meowing, I am so sorry. I don't like that AG is doing a 90s doll. I feel that it's too close to now. It's weird. I'm part of history now. I mean, the doll's 8 overshadowing Claudia. Okay, so poor Claudia, I feel so bad for her. But literally, yes, it is kind of weird that they are releasing historicals this close together. If you don't know, Claudia was she released in September? I think it was September. I don't know. That was 100 years ago. Not really. But then the rumor is that these 90s historical sister dolls will be released in February. So will I be buying them? Yes. I know nothing about them, but I can tell you they'll be in my collection. So definitely, it seems like they're kind of doing more promotional for this, even though we just have that one silhouette photo than they did for Claudia, which is ridiculous. But I'm actually probably going to cover that in another video. I don't know if that's going up first or if this one is, but I think it is weird. I was born in 97, okay? So I technically am a late 90s baby, early 2000s kid. But, some 90s things carried over into the early 2000s. So, it's weird. I thought it was weird that they did an 80s doll because that's when my parents grew up. Even though they were both born in the 70s, they kind of grew up in the 80s. I thought that was weird because they were oh, my mom and my aunt, when I took my family to the American Girl store a couple years ago, and Courtney was out, my mom and my aunt were oh yeah, we had that, or we used to wear that. I'm this is freaking weird. And so now it's going to be oh my God, I remember that type of outfit, or not necessarily that I wore it because I was a toddler then, but maybe something similar. I'm very familiar with, the 90s era. It's not one of my favorites, but it's kind of scary because if they go and do a 2000s girl, I'm going to be this is terrifying. No, that is not okay. So I completely understand where this person is coming from. And those are all the opinions I have for you today. Like I said, there was a lot of them, so I only picked a few. I will definitely do this again in the future. And this is always on Instagram, and it's super fun because it is anonymous, so you can literally say whatever you want. And I can't see who it is, and neither can the subscribers. And I think it's just more like, I don't want to say safer because this isn't really dangerous, but I think it's just more like comforting for people so they can, like, it's really sad because if it's anonymous, then like people won't come after you. But I don't know. I feel like the theme of this video isn't very good because it's like you should be able to express your opinion, like, and not worry about it. But it's also kind of like, it's kind of fun. I don't know. Anyway, let me know down below if you would like to see another part of this in the near future. That would be part 3, I guess. But yeah, this is fun because it also combines all the doll lines that I collect and other things as well. So with all of that being said, if you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.